Hi guys, Vindicator Jones here. Well, beta has dropped and there have been some minor and major changes to the game. Frontier have certainly stirred up some controversy with many of these changes and the forums are running hot. But today I'm just going to focus on the new addition to the shipyard, the Alliance Chieftain. She certainly is a looker. And even though there are some design influences from both the Federation and Empire ships, I think it's a nice change and adds some flavour to the range of ships available. There are some questionable design choices, such as the landing gear retracting directly into where the engine should be, but small details. The Chieftain is a medium-sized ship designed primarily for combat and to help challenge the Thargoid threat. But is it any good? Well, that's what we're going to find out today. Now, I am kind of cheating. I have put some engineered modules on it from my other ships, but I wanted to give it the best possible chance to impress me. I'll quickly go through its loadout first, then take it into a red side for some action. Okay guys, here we are in outfitting. I'm going to go through this quickly so I can get out there and test it in action. I'm not going to spend too long on the choices I've made. I'll go through that a bit later. But anyway, in hard points, I have two large plasma accelerators with efficiency mod. I have a standard plasma accelerator, which I will engineer a bit later and put efficiency on that also. I quite like the plasma accelerators because they're all in a nice line in the center line of the hull, and makes it really great for bringing down large targets. Now with the small hard points, I've gone for multi-cannons. The reasons why I've chosen multi-cannons is just basically to help bring down the hull. I'll discuss these three small hard points later in the video. Moving on, utility mounts, we only have 4 spots. I would have preferred 5 or 6, but again, I'll talk about that a bit later. I'm running some shield boosters, one of them is engineered with thermal resistance and just a standard chaff launcher. For internal, I've chosen military grade composite here. Of course, you could choose anything you want. It's just personal preference. Obviously, you're going to have to be hull tanking this as the shields are quite low. I'm just rocking a standard power plant. Of course, you could engineer this to whatever you'd like, but at the moment, I don't really need to engineer this. I'm running 6A thrusters with dirty drives. Now they're at level 4 dirty drives. They were initially level 5, but I decided to convert the module and made a mistake. But I'll go and engineer that back up to level 5 soon. Frameshift drive, which I've got nice 20 light year jump range, which is really nice for a combat ship. Which is much better than my Fer-de-Lance, which I think is around 15 or 16 light years. Standard life support, power distributor with charge enhanced. I really like this. It really helps keep those weapons going and also to charge up the shields when they do go down, and they definitely do go down. Standard sensors and obviously standard fuel tank. Now optional internal, basically I've decided to go for absolutely pure hull tanking here, so there's a lot of hull reinforcement packages. And what I do like is 3 military slots, which really makes it really nice. You could throw some SCBs in here, hull reinforcement packages, module reinforcement packages. It just gives you a nice little bit of extra flexibility because this is definitely a combat orientated ship. Now I could remove the fuel scoop and throw in another HRP or whatever, but because I'm flying around a lot, you definitely kind of need a large fuel scoop. Now I've decided to go with bi-weave shields because quite frankly the shields are very low at 290 megajoules, and even with a 5A I think it was only running at about 350, 360, which really isn't that much, so I'd rather have the faster regen rate of the bi-weaves. Anyway, that pretty much covers it. We'll take it out for a test spin and we'll discuss my thoughts on it a bit later. Okay guys, here I am in a Hazres. I've got an Anaconda up here right in front of me. Gonna try and get a bit closer to it. And we'll see how fast we can take it down. Now it is only master level, so... Okay, let him scan me. Come on. Come on. There we go. Turn around, you can do it. Get nice up and close, right up behind him, and here we go. I'm going to just try and really hold my position here. He is boosting, but I do have a lot of engine power. Whoa, too much engine power. Now he's trying to find a way to reverse turn on me, but the closer I stick behind him, the less likely he is to try and reverse turn on me. So I'm just smashing him here with plasma accelerators. And shields are down. Those little bitty multi-cannons trying to do damage on him. There we go, good place. I love how the plasma accelerators, are centrally located along the center line of the hull. So I'll get really nice shots. Oh, except I'm missing at the moment. Trying to talk and to fight is very difficult. But you get the idea. When the ship's like this, all my plasma shots hit nicely. He's about to die. Bye-bye. Oh, okay. What's next? Okay, got a federal gunship here. Let's try and see what we can do. Oops. Okay, a lot of down thrust here. Ooh. Thrusters could just do with a little bit more power, but they're not too bad. Yeah, it pitches beautifully though. I really have to say, the key to the Chieftain is trying to keep it in the blue, even though I'm sort of out of it at the moment, and use its really good pitch. See, I've sort of messed up here a bit. Trying to talk and fight is quite difficult. Okay, taking damage. I don't want to do that because my shields are pretty low. As in, I don't have much shields to begin with. But they are by routes. I'll try to get this good shot. Should hit. Yes. There we go. Phew. Okay, just there. This is another problem with the Chieftain. It tends to slide around quite a bit. Feels like I'm on roller skates. But that's okay. It just needs to get used to it. That's all it is. Oops. Okay, get a good shot here. Come on. Now, swim. There we go. Oh dear. My fixed skills have slightly decreased as I haven't really been playing very much. I'm going to try a thrust turn here, but it didn't work, and I completely screwed that up. I don't want to get into a joust here. That's a good shot, and he dies. This is really good for taking out big ships. Okay, now I have an elite level adder here. Get nice and close. Whoops, accidentally pressed the fire key there when using my twist on my throttle. Sorry, on my joystick. Trying to get the shot there. No. Oh, I did get him just slightly. I think one of the plasmas hit him. Ah, there we go. So it really pitches beautifully. Pitch and roll rates are quite nice. I really like it for this. You don't... Actually, boost turning... This does not suit boost turning. This is really nice to fly in the blue. This is actually quite a good dogfighting ship, I feel. It tends to slide around too much with boosting. Okay, federal dropship. I'm trying to move up close and close. Hopefully his shields will drop any second. There we go. Trying to reverse turn on me. Look at the thruster trailing. Thruster trails, I should say. But Got lots of pitching ability here. Combine that with a lot of down thruster. The vertical thrusters really do need a bit of work, I think. But they're not too bad. This is just a very small niggle. Oops, I missed. Oh. Oh, dodge the missiles. Dodge the other ones. Ah, too late. Okay. Okay, I've got a FAS here, probably the Chieftain's main rival. Oh, shit, shields went down very quickly. His hull's going down pretty quickly. It is only an expert level though, let's be honest. Really beautiful. I love how this pitches. I know I keep going raving on about it, but this pitches beautifully. I really should be trying to keep the throttle in the blue a bit more. It's my fault, really. But this really does pitch quite nicely. Combining pitching and with thrusters really is a trick. Expert level, Imperial level. Let's see how quickly we can take it down. And I completely screwed that up. Oh, missed again. Oh, no. Oh, my plasma accelerator skills have definitely become very rusty. That was just a hip shot that failed. Anyway, multi-cannons finished him off. Oh, looks like they do have a purpose. Ooh, Fertilance. I'm here, Ferdy. Ooh, I really wanted to try and get into the right position. Here we are. See how quickly your shields go down, but it is only competent though. I haven't really had many higher level NPCs, which is what I really wanted. I'll try something here. Probably going to fail. And it failed. Whoops. Accidentally pulled the trigger again. Okay, should get him. Yep, got him. Still got plenty of hull though. Oh, there it goes. His hull has gone down quite a bit there. Ooh, almost. I'm back here. Got you. Oh, still alive. That should finish him off. Yes! Excellent. Okay, who's next? Sneaking up on a federal grunt ship. No, chaff ain't gonna save you, sunshine. It is an elite level, just notice. So you should put up a bit of a better fight and last a bit longer. And I am missing all my plasma shots. I suck. Come on. I should delete this because I just look like an idiot. Doesn't matter. Leave it in. Ooh, getting hammered here. There goes my cockpit. Class. Even with only, what, 90% hull? That's the one thing I'm not too keen on, is the cockpit glass does take quite a bit of damage in the Chieftain. Trying to do a boost turn here, see if we can get him in front of me, and screwed that up. That's okay. I kind of thought I would. Trying to talk and do things is what? Oops. Okay, I think that might be enough. Well, with my cockpit glass on the verge of breaking, I think I might call it here and head back to space stock. I didn't intentionally do that, Ram, but oh well, so be it. So what do you guys think? Personally, I'm really enjoying the Chieftain. Its pitch and roll rates are fantastic and allow me to get my weapons back on target very quickly. Thrusters could use a bit of a tweak, especially the lateral thrusters, but this is a minor niggle. The Chieftain definitely loves to slide around a lot, and when boosting it feels like it's on roller skates, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but is something you've got to get used to. I found keeping the throttle in the blue is far more effective than repetitive boosting like in the FTL. One advantage it has over the FTL is a reduced boost lag at the end of the boost cycle, which is very nice. Overall, I give the handling of the Chieftain an 8 out of 10, but I would like to see some tweaks to the thrusters. Weapon-wise, I'm a bit on the fence here. I'm not saying the Chieftain has a bad loadout, but I think a ship like this shouldn't really be carrying small hardpoints. I know many people will disagree, and that's cool, but I've always had problems with ships over the medium-sized category carrying small hardpoints. The problem stems from the fact that small hardpoints have a 33% damage penalty against medium ships and a 66% damage penalty against large ships. However, I think from memory, railguns and cannons ignore this, so if you're willing to run railguns or cannons, this might not be so much of an issue. I guess why it irks me so much is the fact that the Python, a multi-role ship, has a much better offensive loadout, while the Chieftain, a dedicated combat ship, does not. Maybe this again is a small niggle, but I felt it deserves to be brought to the light. That being said, having all the hard points located centrally on the hull is a massive boon, especially if you enjoy fixed weapons. What I would have loved Frontier to do is to take a little more risk and create ships with unusual loadouts, such as medium ships with 2 huge hardpoints, like an extended Vulture, rather than taking safe routes like they have done with the Chieftain. Offensively, I'll give it a score of 7 out of 10. And now we come to my biggest gripe about the Chieftain. Its defensive capabilities. I know this is where I'll get a lot of flack, but it's cool. These are just my opinions. The lack of shielding on the Chieftain is problematic. I get it. Frontier doesn't want to create more shield tanks like the FTL because people complain. And while I agree the Chieftain shouldn't have shields like the FTL over 3000 megajoules, it should be a lot more than the current 300 to 400 megajoules after engineering. And yes, I get it. The Chieftain has been set up for hull tanking, and that's great, but do we really need another FAS? I would have loved to see the Chieftain's shields reach around the 1200 megajoule mark after engineering, especially since this is a combat specific ship. Couple that with only 4 utility slots makes the Chieftain rather squishy. Sure, you can take a lot of hull damage, but you're going to start losing modules very quickly, which makes all that armor worthless after a short while. And let's not forget the cockpit glass, which for me seems extremely prone to breaking. And while I know a lot of commanders won't agree with me, I'll give its defensive capabilities a 4 out of 10. Sorry guys. On the whole though, I think they've got the Chieftain right. It's somewhere between the FAS and an FTL, which is what I'd hoped for. But the biggest letdown for me are the shields and utility slots. And while this isn't a major issue, as the Chieftain can still easily hold its own in a fight, I just wish it was less of a hull tanker and sat more in the middle of the road between hull tanking and shield tanking. Despite all the niggles, I do love the Chieftain. I think with some tweaks this could be a very fun ship to fly, and it just looks amazing. So what did you guys think? Do you love the Chieftain? Give me your top 3 reasons why you love it and top 3 reasons why you don't, and let me know in the comments below. If you like this video or any of my other videos, please consider supporting me on Patreon. The more support I can get from you guys means more time I can take away from my day-to-day work and direct it towards making more content. If you can't, then supporting me by liking the video and subscribing would also be fantastic. Also, don't forget to add me on Twitter to keep up to date with what I'm doing and other silly shenanigans. I would also love to give a shout out to a couple of great YouTubers. Commander Wolfe has started his own YouTube channel and has some great well-produced content. I suggest you check him out. And someone you most likely know already, Giraffe. He makes some absolutely hilarious stuff. And his most recent video, Top 5 Things Everyone Knows Except For You, is not only brilliantly funny, but it's actually useful too. Check them both out, links are in the description below. This is Vindicator Jones signing off. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you all out there in the big black.